Hello.
Testing.
It's on.
Testing.
Ah!
Okay, so that is the limits of what we can do.
This is as loud as we can go! Cool.
Can you go quieter?
I think I could go quieter than that. So if you're listening on headphones, this is like ASMR podcast.
We should do
That
it.
was so weird.
We should do an ASMR.
We could what we could do is we could get like really close in there.
We could do it really loudly like this.
And,
Oh my god.
oh my, look, that's just, there's no, like, you can't even distinguish one thing from the next. It's just all noise.
It's like all a block on
Promise me.
Yeah, we should do an ASMR. I don't know what the episode would be on.
No.
Top 5 most satisfying.
Sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the weirdest things we find about
Satisfying.
ASMR.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, pencil it in.
People go mad for women doing ASMR as well, unfortunately.
Yeah,
So, Anna.
unfortunately.
I'm
You never know, there might be a
Unfortunately.
large female audience that want male ASMR.
Yeah.
You never know. Or, you know.
Let us know if you want pictures of our feet,
Yeah, we will sell them.
because then we can afford a studio.
Genuinely
Oh
would.
my god. Yeah, so, like you can
If
get
someone wanted
10
a picture of my
grand.
feet for like 100 quid, I'd sell them. Easy.
I was talking to Hannah about this the other day. I was like, I would take advantage of that, because you don't have to send a photo of like literally anything else,
Nope.
just your feet.
No,
Mm-hmm.
Don't even want your face in it.
No.
I just want pictures of women's feet
I would not care.
or men's feet for some people.
Yeah,
Yeah. You can make so much money.
genuinely. If someone offered, anyone out there want a picture of a size 11 foot, contact us at witmotpodcast@gmail.com.
I'm size 9.5. Anna?
I'm a 5.
You watch, we'll get 10,000 emails about your feet.
We'll have to title this really carefully. Like,
Yeah.
we'll show you photos of our feet.
For money, though.
For money,
not
for
for free.
Don't be silly.
For free.
Don't be ridiculous.
Absolutely
We're not
not.
animals.
We need a studio though, so, or just a better mic. So, hit us up.
Head to patreon.com/WITMOT
Whatmit.com.
and you can become a patron today.
Whoa!
Isn't that fun?
Isn't it fun?
How much is it to become a patron?
Starting
Oh, $1,
Pund.
£1.50.
$1.50.
£1, $1.50.
Okay.
$1.50 or £1.
I didn't know that was the exchange rate.
I think that's just how they do it on Patreon.
And then $3,
Yeah.
For the next tier. And then the tier after that.
$5, $6, $8.
Sold for $8.
Yes.
Yes. And the one after that.
I don't actually know.
I don't know. You did it,
Found in
Tom.
dollar.
Oh, we all
without
did
the
it. We were
dollar.
all there.
No, I don't remember what we
I don't
agreed.
know. How
Well,
we
you
set it up.
don't listen to our conversations, so...
No, Jade doesn't know either. So,
Yeah, neither do I.
$7.
Tom, you're the one that set it up.
$12.
No, this is what the conversation is.
$6.
We were all there to set it up, and none of
Okay,
us know how much it is.
$8.50 final offer.
I'll take it. Right. It
What do I
is-
get? The $10 found in dollar without a dollar.
God,
No,
a much
$10.
Okay, here we go. £1 for the first tier.
Amazing.
£5 for the next tier. £10 for the tier after that. Then £20. Then
£50.
Then £50,000 per month.
Okay, cool.
Wow.
Done. If you want to give us any of that amount,
We'd be eternally grateful.
I mean, really, it's
Yeah, that's
only
really
the like first two that we thought actually people would go for. But
Yeah.
if you want to give us,
£50.
or indeed £50,000 or £20, we'd be super grateful.
but you know, it's not all about the money, just about you enjoying the podcast or whatever, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Sure.
Money.
Give us money.
Give us your money, all that you got, or some people will get shot.
Give us your money.
They won't actually get shot, by the way. That's just from a
Give us your
song
money.
from a show.
Yeah, it is a song from a show, Anna.
It is. And that leads into what we're going to talk about today.
Oh, what a smooth segue.
I found it,
She's
guys.
got it.
We
Yeah,
are
baby.
going to discuss, Because at this moment, the theatre world is pretty shit.
Yeah, it's
isn't
pretty
it?
ruined.
Theatre is fucked.
And it's a very sad time for everyone. But for us three, we've all been involved with theatre somehow, very closely. And it has affected us in many ways.
Yep.
For us, and it's very sad. But we want to talk about today shows that hopefully, fingers crossed, obviously things change all the time. We're going to look at our top 5 shows that we're most looking forward to seeing after all this shit is over. So after COVID and Corona and
COVID
lockdown.
and Corona.
Yeah, the beer, once it's all gone.
What?
When it's gone from COVID-19 to COVID-0.
COVID-0, yeah. And lockdown's over and theatres and films and TV shows and everything go back to normal. But we're going to talk about shows that we are desperate to see after lockdown, and once we get money we'll be like, yes, these are the shows we're going to see.
Definitely. And you can support us to go to see shows on Patreon.
And we'll talk about those shows here on the podcast.
Yes.
And I feel like if we can get everyone just staying indoors, even if we get like one person, then maybe this podcast can help get the world down to COVID-18 at least.
Yeah.
I think this podcast will be the silver bullet in the fight against COVID-19.
Definitely.
Bullet Bill. Mario Kart.
We'll race past everyone and
Go from
Catch
12th
it.
to 2nd.
Watch out, Corona, because we're a blue shell and you're whoever's in first place. So let's, without further ado, my name is Ado.
without
Shouldn't have
further
done that.
much ado about nothing.
With much ado about nothing.
Theatre.
Further ado about matching. Let's get this off to COVID.
Let's get this
Yes.
show on the road.
Beep, beep.
But not on the road because the shows are cancelled.
Yeah. But hopefully, it's not for long. A lot of stuff has been postponed for next year,
Which has been helpful.
which is good to kind of roughly figure out what's been postponed. And we
I
can
feel like
look at
everyone's
that.
just going like, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. We'll just postpone everything by a year, it'll be fine, it'll be fine.
So
and then
we're
in a
kind
year,
of,
we'll be like, oh,
basing it on that. Obviously, these are shows we're hoping to see. We're not saying these shows are definitely going to be on after lockdown. We're not confirming any of that. We don't have that knowledge.
confirmed.
We're not. We don't have that knowledge, I'm afraid.
Confirmed.
This is more
The
eligible than most of the broadcasts that have
The-
come out of the
Yeah.
actual government.
Rocket Power Beach Bandits musical, which is in this
Jeez.
PlayStation case, is confirmed 2021.
No, way.
Moving into Wembley Arena.
New Hamilton, some say.
Yeah, they're closing all other theatres, and it's just going to be
That in every
Wembley
theatre.
Wembley Arena showing the Nickelodeon Rocket Power Beach Bandits musical.
They've put all their money, like they've cancelled every other show in the world.
Jesus.
All the
Look
money
at-
in the
look
world
at this
is being
kid.
put into this show.
This is like.
That's a square.
Yeah.
How they've designed
I
this
remember
child.
those.
I remember. They look like Rugrats.
Yeah.
They did a Rugrats Grown Up. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yes.
When they were like slightly older. Anyway, if you watched Rocket Power, let us know. In the WITMOT podcast at
Jesus.
gmail.com.
We don't have comments. Who wants to go first? I don't really have a top 5. Like I don't really number them.
Jake, you can go first.
Okay. One of them is 101 Dalmatians at the Regent's Park Open Air Theatre.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that
in
looks
20
so good.
21. Because Regent's Open Air do all amazing stuff all the time, and I've never been there. And that seems like a really good theatre show to go and see.
Brand new as well.
Exactly.
I completely forgot they were doing that.
Yep. Because they've done like Jesus Christ Superstar, Peter Pan,
Little Shop.
I
think they did a Vita.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rocket Power, the Beach Bandits
No, they
musical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Sold
planning
out.
to do Jesus Christ again.
Are they? I
Yeah.
need to go see that.
Well, it's in rehearsals at the
Yeah.
moment. Socially
Okay.
distanced rehearsals for.
But that's
I
the
think it's a
perfect
concert.
venue to open first.
Mhm.
They need to do it. And this is the time because it's summer.
Maybe that's like the future of theatre. Every indoor theatre will now close and everything will now be outdoors.
Or all the indoor theatres, they just take the roofs off
Mm.
to make it
It's like a
outdoor.
lid,
Technically,
just
it's
like
open air.
Yeah.
off it pops.
Exactly.
Technically, just take the lid off all the theatres and you'll be allowed to perform.
Cameron
Which is-
McIntosh is currently just looking for a really big knife or
Yeah.
a pair of scissors to cut the top of his theatres off.
All the roofs.
So if you do have a big knife or scissors,
get in touch,
Yeah.
witmotpodcast@gmail.com.
We need a sponsor.
And we can help take off the roofs of all the theatres so they can open.
And now a word from our sponsors. Big scissors. You ever got a really big building you need the roof off of?
Oh, a big ribbon you got to cut.
Or a big knife?
Or a really big present.
Come
you need
down to
wrap.
Big Scissors at...
You, you can sign up for Buy It Now on Netflix. Watch that. We
Yeah.
could do a
just
Buy It
watch.
Now episode.
This isn't a sponsor, just go and watch Buy It Now on Netflix.
Oh my
It's the best
gosh.
thing ever.
But you know what could be a sponsor?
Disney
Disney Plus, only $5.99 a month or $59.99.
I swear to God, if we get
Yeah.
a Disney Plus sponsor,
we'd have to turn it down.
I'm going to kill someone. Yeah,
Yeah.
genuinely. No,
No,
don't
thanks.
really see
Oh.
you as our brand.
Don't
Yeah.
get our vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really not about the things that they provide, like Nat Geo and Star Wars. And,
Mandalorian.
yeah, Disney Plus originals.
Which is nominated for like
Forecast
15
question.
Emmys.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, anyway,
that sounds
Dalmatians, a really
Yeah.
good
They
open air
hadn't-
theatre.
Said much about it, really,
No.
have they?
so interested to see what they do with it.
Yeah,
This is all like puppets, isn't it? Imagine
it.
having 101 dog puppets on stage.
genuinely. And how that's going to work. How
I'm so
are
intrigued.
people going to do it? Is it going to be like projection? Is it going to be, I don't know,
Actual people.
actual people as
As
dogs?
dogs.
Like
Tiny,
100 furries
tiny
on stage?
puppies.
Andrew Lloyd Webber sat in the audience like,
Or it's those people who like to act like dogs for the day or whatever and get their other
Hmm.
half to...
what's that called? Like poor puppy play or something?
Yeah.
They haven't they hadn't even announced like who was playing like Cruella de Vil or anything, had they? They could have got
No.
someone really cool. Yeah.
But yeah, everything else they've done there has been amazing, and like you said, it's the perfect place to go
Yeah.
post-COVID. So
Love
yeah,
it. Something new and original.
Mhm.
Love it.
yep. Very exciting.
Defo. Am I going next?
Defo.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've decided.
Okay, that's fine. It would help were I to have my options open in front of me, so I'm just stalling until they're open. My number 5 is just more plays in general.
I've never seen that one. What's that about?
What's that
It's about lots of plays. We see a lot of musicals, and I love going to see plays, and COVID-20 has helped me realise how few plays I've seen, and that I would like to go and see more.
To be fair, I was going to put down like Edinburgh Fringe because it was cancelled this year. And
Yeah.
that would kind of encompass plays or like
Yeah.
lots of different types of things.
Yeah.
random shit.
Literally.
Yeah, I just there's been so much stuff posted by the National that I'm like, oh, I really wanted to watch that when it was out, and I'm like, why didn't I? It's like, oh, well, I went and saw this instead. And plays tend to have a much shorter shelf life than musicals. Musicals tend to be sort of long term, whereas plays are like, oh, here's a play for 3 months, get your tickets now.
80 quid.
Yeah, so like there's just so much I feel like I missed out on that I wanted to see, like All About Eve. I really wanted to see that.
That was amazing. I saw a recording of that. Oh my god.
Pinocchio, when they did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Was that a ballet? No.
No, it was National Theatre. It was just like a
Oh
play.
yeah, I
Yeah.
remember. I went to the shop when
Um,
they had it on. It's all the cool like
Puppetry
and
and
the
stuff.
books of the
Yeah.
play and stuff.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, there's lots of stuff online, but it's quite difficult to find it because it's not popular enough. Like, you know, you can find it when it's out officially from National Theatre's YouTube channel for like a week, but then after it disappears, there's got to be people that have recordings of it somewhere, but it's not popular enough to just go like stream this online and it to come up, which obviously you shouldn't do. You should go and donate.
But they usually have them as DVDs in the shop, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Doing lots at the
Overall,
cinema at the moment,
Yeah.
which is good. Which is could be one way to see it.
very true.
What's it? To Kill a Mockingbird as well. I wanted to see that. Was it To Kill a Mockingbird?
Treasure Island.
With James Franco.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see that. Yeah, so just sort of more plays in general, really, not anything specific, but just as a like a general thing. Yeah. Meh. Meh.
Cool.
Anna, you're next. I've decided.
I've decided I'm next. Number 5 is the Addams Family tour. They have announced they're doing
Bazinga.
another tour.
My number 4 is also Addams Family. Or,
Oh, is
or
it?
it's just on the list.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
on the list, yeah. It's a show that I've loved the music for, but I've never actually seen. Love the film. Yeah, but apparently it's going to have a whole new... Well, not a whole new cast. They've announced that the Gomez and Morticia are the same as the first tour that they did in the
Wow.
UK. They had like Carrie Hope Fletcher, and they're confirmed as the mum and dad again, but they haven't said other casting for the show. So I'm intrigued. I'd love to see it again on tour. I think it must be quite a good show.
Yeah.
The fact it's doing it again, doing the rounds again, must mean people like it and people love it. But yeah, the music's really cool in it, so I'd very much like to see it. I think it'd make a good film. I don't know why they haven't done a feature film of it, because
The musical.
Yeah. I feel like Disney could take that quickly.
There's a lot of stuff like that, isn't
Yeah.
there? That it's like, this is such a good musical. Why is there not a musical version of the film?
Especially if they just released like a remake for kids. Like I feel like, especially in the whole like Greatest Showman era, where kids will be obsessed with a movie musical if you put it in front of them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they could have bunged a few songs in there.
Yeah, whacked it in, but hey ho. Anyway, so yeah, it seems quite a. I thought, as someone who does Amdram, I've always wanted to do the show with an Amdram company.
Yeah.
'Cause it's quite quirky and different and funny.
I feel it'd be easy to do as well.
Yeah, not much set is required, but
No.
it's quite a classic, and I think it could sell easily. But hey ho, but lots of Amdram groups do it. But yeah, I'd love to see it done professionally on tour. I wanted to see it when it first did the rounds, but I just never did. So yeah.
It seems like a musical you should have seen, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so that was that. But if that was your number 4 as well.
It was just, I just have a list of like
So
7
why did
that I
you
want to
wanna
see.
see?
Just
Yeah.
because I've never seen it, same reason really.
Yeah.
I love the films, the music's great, like it's a musical not like any other really. I don't know why it's not done more, because it's not like any other musical,
Yeah.
to be honest. Yeah, everything you said, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's it.
There you go.
I'll say another one though, because I got like 7.
I'll go on then.
The Book of...
Arnold. Arnold.
Ding.
Hello!
Sorry.
The Book of Mormon.
Listening in
The Book
headphones.
The Book of Mormon,
The
because
Book of Mormon.
the same reason. I don't
West
know
End
why I've never
production?
seen it. It's going on tour, I think.
Yeah.
But if I can see it at the West End, I'd love to. But I don't mind if I go to a tour. I think it's going to Southampton and
Oh,
Bristol
yeah.
and...
Bristol.
A lot of my friends
Russell.
had tickets for Southampton, and
Brussels.
it's been moved for next year.
next year. But
Okay.
yeah, I don't know much to say. I know the music, I know the story, I just haven't seen the show.
Sad times.
Yeah, it's just...
It is a treat.
It is a treat.
It won't let you down. It's so good.
And I feel like post-COVID, I think like edgy comedy that actually has a nice ending will be more popular, or like less controversial. I think maybe
Yeah.
because people are accustomed to like horrible shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think it'll be like a relief to see something that's funny and horrible at the same time.
Yeah, well, the good thing about it is like it kind of uses Mormonism as a target, but it shits on all religions, but at the same time celebrates why they're great,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is really good, because especially if anyone, you know, it's bound to get people that don't understand it, and you've got so much ammunition to fight back with.
Yeah.
You're like, well, it makes Mormons look like complete idiots, and they're like, well, it does, but then also it celebrates why being part of something like that is amazing.
Yeah. It
Like-
kind of reinstates the importance of kind of stupid organisations. Because
Yeah.
even though they're stupid, they make lots of people feel happy and have a purpose and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It kind of made them more popular, I guess.
Well, the religions jumped on it, haven't they? They
Yeah.
sponsor the program and stuff.
Like when I was lucky enough to go see it in January with my family this year, and as we left, because we saw the matinee, so obviously people were still out and about, as we were leaving, at the exit there were Mormons handing out leaflets and asking
Okay.
people if
Really?
they want to talk about God, and I was like, this is the perfect time.
Absolutely.
We've literally got loads, like, how many people in that theatre? So many people. It's quite a massive theatre. Coming out, like, a couple of hundred people, obviously all, like, on the high of watching the show, coming out, and there's people willing to get on the back of that and talk about God. So
Well, it reinstates how nice Mormons are, and it sort of talks about it like educates you on the story, so you kind of learn about the religion as well as laugh at it. It's just a really good balance, I think. And yeah, good show.
There you go. That's a good
Absolutely.
Good show.
Good show. Don't know why I haven't seen it.
Jolly good show.
Jolly good show.
My number 4 is Moulin Rouge. Sorry,
Ooh.
Moulin Rouge. It's supposed to be coming here to the UK. It's been on Broadway, and well, I think it's still on Broadway for the time being. And people say it's fantastic and better than the film, which is really difficult in my head to imagine because it works so well as a film. It's
Did it
why
come from a film? Like it was a film first?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, the film first. And now they're only doing a stage production of it. I'm like, how is it taking this long?
It's just one of those films that like Chicago, it just never does well on stage because it works so well as a film, and you have to. I don't know. I'm not saying it can't work well as a stage show, but
I just think
it's really difficult to strike that balance.
the what's the word? I had it in my head, now I lost it. Like the legacy. There we go. The legacy of the films of like Chicago and Moulin Rouge exceed any expectations that you will have for it. So it's always going to be disappointing if you hold it up to the film.
Yeah.
However, I have heard that it is just as good, if not better. So that
The set
excites
looks
me.
incredible. The pictures that I've seen, I'm like, oh my god.
I
It looks
am
fun.
Yeah.
I am slightly worried that the West End will fuck it up a little bit. Not gonna lie. I love the West End, but the scale is not quite as big as Broadway in a lot of cases. So it'll be interesting to see what the UK do with it. Either way, I want to go and see it.
Definitely.
My
I
number
love
4.
the film.
Yeah.
Can't believe I haven't.
Great film, and you'll know all the songs, so you can convince people to go and watch it without having to be into musical theatre because they'll know all the songs.
Not sing along.
Yeah, please do not sing along. That is the absolute worst thing you can do.
Unless it's Mamma Mia.
Then it's okay.
Unless the show encourages it,
Yeah.
which Mamma Mia kind of does, especially at the end. But
Yeah. Don't stand up and wave your bingo wings and sing along.
and for God's sake, if everyone is waving their arms in the air, make sure you're going the right way.
Just
That's
look at
my
someone
biggest
else.
pet peeve.
Look at the person in front of you or the person behind you and just follow them.
When we watched Jonas Brothers in the Birmingham arena, like literally a whole 30,000 people arena, like with people going the same way with their arms, apart from one woman in front of us, and I was like, how are you going the wrong way? Just literally look, literally there are people in front of you and you are going the wrong way.
I don't get how people can't seem to clap in time for more than
Oh my
8
God.
counts. Like it always, every single time it speeds up ever so slightly so that you just like, you start off in time and then for some reason people just forget and start clapping really fast.
I just think at some point the blame has to pass on to the director because we've been a race of humans for long enough for people to know that an audience of people can't do anything other than they can't even clap at the right time. People clap out of, like at the end of songs at the wrong point. Fuck you.
Audiences
Fuck
are
you.
stupid. I wish they'd bring back things like in sitcoms where it told them like clap now and like cheer and applaud.
Boo.
Yeah, sadness.
I wish there'd be a big long line of like bamboo that is attached to everyone's hands, so that everyone has to go the same way.
And like
And like
just
the
ushers at the
ushers,
back, making them clap.
I'm trying to think, like, you know when you see like someone that's got, I can't think what it's from. There's a show and someone is pretending to
They
be
rob a bank or something.
they're pretending to,
And they pretend to be like 4 people.
Is it Family
at the same
Guy?
time.
It's Family Guy,
it is,
and he's got like 4 dummies strapped behind him, pretending to rob a bank with a crew of people, but they're all like just puppets that are like lined up with sticks, so that it looks like they're moving. Anyway, that's what theatre needs.
If anything.
Well.
But yeah, Moulin Rouge.
Good
What were we talking
show.
about?
Oh, and also if you're clapping, if you're trying to get claps in time, you would have to have everyone's right hand on one piece of bamboo and then everyone's left hand on another piece, and an usher at either end of the row to like put the sticks together so
Wow.
everyone can
Oh,
climb.
It's
God.
worth it. I think it's worth it.
So worth it.
we should
Invest
we should
in
try
it.
it. Yeah. Let's
Come on.
test it out.
Come on, Macintosh.
Bring us your WITMOT@gmail.com.
It's like you've got nothing else better to do at the moment.
Genuinely.
And you can't touch other people. It's a
Dealing
good
with
social
lockdown
distancing
issues. Right,
thing.
yeah. Sort out how people clap at the same time.
There you go. Anna, what's your next one?
My number 4 is Sunday in the Park with George, which was due to come.
Is that the one with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, I couldn't remember the name of that one,
Yes.
for fuck's sake.
So, yeah, as I know we talk about stunt. Well, not well. We are a bit iffy with stunt casting, but the fact that Jake Gyllenhaal is doing a West End show is amazing.
Here's the thing about stunt
He's
casting,
so
right?
good.
Stunt
Yeah,
casting
and-
is like celebs that no one cares about, whereas this is like a Hollywood star.
Jake
so I don't give a
Gyllenhaal
shit.
is coming to do something that. Well, I don't know much about the show. I know it's a very classic show.
He's a really good singer.
And yeah, the fact that this guy, like, he would even come to do singing, I'm so intrigued.
I'd just say it's an honourable mention of mine,
Huh.
but I don't think I'm going to be able to afford to see it.
Yeah, the
It's
fact
funny,
that
so-
the tickets are over £100 to see it, I'm like, oh.
He's in. Have you seen the John Mulaney special?
The Sack Lunch Bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in that.
The
He
music
sings in that.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of
He's
course
the crazy,
he is.
like,
he
yeah.
goes nuts.
Yeah.
He's really good in it. Like,
Yeah.
he can sing really well.
He sings in The Day After Tomorrow as well.
Does he?
No.
Oh,
But-
I haven't seen that film in years.
There's a
But
flood.
I think that film is like, I watched that as a kid and was like always terrified of natural
Yeah.
disasters now.
Hmm.
Like I always think like
Mad.
a flood is going to come in and destroy everyone's homes.
crazy.
Spider-Man the musical, if they ever bring that back, he's now played a Spider-Man
That killed
villain.
someone.
Yeah,
He
Mysterio.
did. Killed a
Yeah.
couple of people, I think,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
hospitalised a couple.
The lead Spider-Mans.
He could come back as the
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Mans.
Dave Spider-Man, pleased to meet you. He could be a singing villain.
Yeah.
Mysterio.
But yeah, it's a show I've kind of always been interested in, the fact that they're able to bring it to the West End. I think it's going to the Savoy, so it's going into a full West End production.
We always Savoy.
Savoy. And Jake Gyllenhaal, and then there's Annalee Ashford as well, who I know her as. She's a big Broadway star. She was in the original Legally Blonde production.
Wow.
Um,
Who did she play?
Serena.
Blonde.
Ah, not legally.
Serena
Blonde.
in the show, I think.
Legally Blonde.
Yeah,
Which one's Serena?
the part I played.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh cool.
So,
First line.
yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, first Deltany. So she's really cool in
Nice.
my eyes. Yeah, so the fact that they're both coming to do the show, and I think they've done it together before by the sounds of it.
It's already been on
He
once,
did a-
Yeah,
He did an interview. What did he say?
and then it got postponed. This one, so
yeah, because it was due to come this summer, obviously, and it's not coming. But yeah, so that's exciting.
Awesome. Definitely want to see it.
Yeah, I think
at
it's
some
been on
point, whenever
Broadway
it
or
is.
something. So the fact it's coming over here, I really like the idea. So yeah,
Didn't it already start? I swear it already started.
It's-
like a few weeks.
they've already
into
done
the
one
run.
production of it, I think, and then I
Before.
think it got another,
and then it got another run.
like a revamp almost.
Yeah.
And they were bringing him back, but then it got postponed. I think.
The fact that he's able to do it is amazing, and the fact that they're able to postpone it to, I think it's just postponed it to 2021, so same dates. The fact he's still able to do it is amazing.
Yeah, and like stay in England.
Yeah.
He's 40 years old.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
What?
Thing is, I thought he was dead.
Really?
Why?
Because at the end of Spider-Man, he dies. Or
Anyway.
does he? Or does he?
Anyway, Jake, what's your
Next on my list.
Number
3. Maybe, sure. Sister Act.
Yeehaw!
Yes.
With Jennifer Saunders and Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopee?
Whoopee!
I mean, what's not to love? Original cast from... Wait, is Jennifer Saunders in the movie?
I don't think so. We can pretend
No.
she is.
Is she not?
I don't think so. It's very American.
Yeah. Well...
We can pretend. Yeah, she is.
She's
She's in the
definitely
movie.
She's an extra. You don't see her, but she's in it.
She plays the boyfriend,
Yeah, just
Eddie.
such
whatever his name
good
is.
casting.
Right.
Again, not really stunt casting because they're actually good at what they do,
Yes.
or they're kind of known for doing that.
That's really is what stunt casting comes down to, isn't it? It's,
Yeah.
Are you good at what you do? Maggie Smith was Mother Superior.
Of course, Maggie Smith. Good old Maggie.
Um,
But yeah, I've never seen the show apart from when Parkhouse School, Newbury, did a production, and we're in the presence of the choreographer.
hello.
right here.
Hello.
It was a really good show. Just awesome music. It's really fun, uplifting, and I reckon it's well needed. after.
Definitely.
A revamp. They've
Yeah.
interestingly, I read a thing on it because they've cast Brenda Edwards, who was on the X Factor many moons ago. She
That's
played like the
always
Killer
good.
Queen in We Will Rock You. She's playing Dolores in the show, which is the lead character, but they've made her older.
Oh.
In the original production, she's quite young and like doesn't really know what she's doing. But Whoopi Goldberg and her have done an interview together saying that actually for this show they've made Dolores older, more mature.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
So she chooses to go to a. Well, she doesn't choose to go to a thing.
She has to.
She has to.
Yeah. So yeah,
That'd be interesting.
I always
Yeah.
like when they revamp something with a twist. It's not just like, we're doing it again.
That will make her like even more against doing what she's told, because
Yeah.
she's had like so many more years to be accustomed to something else.
And the music was done by Alan Menken,
I didn't even know that.
I'm pretty sure.
That's so good.
I think. Yeah.
He's
you
the-
can tell with the music.
If you don't know, it's probably Alan Menken who's done it.
He's done loads of things. But again, that is a musical that I'd love to see as a film.
Yeah,
Like
genuinely.
the songs in it are amazing, and it's just like, why?
Yeah,
Why was there not? I mean, there was Raise Your Voice in the show, in the film, the original. But I'm like, there's so many other great gospel songs in that in the show. I'm like, if you put that into a film, like, Sister
You could
Act
get,
the musical as a film.
especially now. Like I
And
think
you've got Whoopi Goldberg behind you, mate. Just put it as a film.
genuinely.
But there you go.
Because you could have so many like good, like young actors of colour and stuff.
Yeah. Defo. Great show. Good one.
Need to see it. Although,
Yeah.
like Jake Gyllenhaal, Whoopi Goldberg and Jennifer Saunders are going to bump up the price a
Yeah.
little.
Yeah.
But again,
Worth it.
I've never seen it either. I'd love to
No.
see it.
I don't know why. Is it different wanting to see it versus choreographing the show,
Oh yeah.
or like
The fact I choreographed the show having never seen it, I was like, okay. So I'd love to see
Probably
it on
should.
stage. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only seen it as amateur. So
Amateur dramature.
amateur dramators.
Dramatic.
Dramatures.
My number 3.
Number 3. Tom's number 3. Coming in at number 3.
It could sound like a fat pig. Hamilton. Hamilton.
Okay. Boo! Boo! Boo.
That's me trying to clap in time. Hamilton was on Disney Plus, which is only $5.99 a month or $59.99 for the whole year. I love Hamilton.
So
but
good.
I didn't enjoy the West End one that much.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. It was just a bit pants. Like,
It's a bit bland.
Yeah.
yeah,
We both saw it.
yeah,
Yeah.
just didn't feel very high energy, and I didn't like most of the main cast when I saw it.
Basic.
Bit basic, yeah. The choreo was amazing.
Oh.
Was that not basic?
It wasn't that basic.
Oh.
No, no. Choreo.
Well, it's got to be. You got to have huge high energy for that sort of
Yeah.
a fully hip hop show.
It's one of those things that I was talking about earlier when I feel like the scale of the Broadway one is just so huge in comparison.
Like the other, Moulin Rouge, its legacy kind of precedes it,
Yeah,
and that it was the biggest musical of all time when it was on Broadway.
yeah.
And it won all the Tonys even. And then it came over and I was like,
Just
It still won all the Oliviers. But
Yeah.
it shouldn't
I
have.
couldn't. I also couldn't understand what a lot of them were saying.
The sound wasn't great, and
No,
you
it's so
need the
important for
sound.
Hamilton.
You need the sound to be good because it's such a constant show, like forward moving. Like
Yeah.
you need to pay attention, otherwise.
and articulated, and
Yeah.
every single beat is
And when Hamilton and Aaron Burr aren't great, that's
Not on
a
good
bit.
terms.
Yeah, it's not, doesn't make the rest of the show look good. The
No.
ensemble were really good, but when you've got Hamilton and Aaron Burr, that personally
I didn't like Hamilton, Burr, and the guy who plays Lafayette,
Oh.
which is
Probably the top
literally
three.
like the three main characters. Angelica and Eliza, they were good, I thought.
The girls were good.
Everyone else I enjoyed, but yeah, I wasn't a fan. Had I not known the musical before, it would have put me off, but luckily I knew that I loved it. So I just want to see it again now that it's got a different cast, and now that I have seen the Broadway one properly with the original cast, I would like to see it again so I can sort of see if it was just an issue of like casting the first time round.
Now that it's more accessible, I reckon there's more pressure for them to actually be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, exactly.
Or be as good, try and be
Yeah.
as good
I
as
think it's
Broadway.
when theatres go back, Hamilton's going to have such a big hype.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that it was exactly the same as the Broadway one means there is nothing to hide. Everything is on show to compare. And I feel like they just needed to maybe... I know it's one of those musicals that is like, you know, a well-oiled machine, but I just feel like there were bits of it that maybe could have been changed so that it wasn't a direct copy of the Broadway one, and that would have made it better. But yeah, so I just want to see it again, just for curiosity, really. Yeah, Anna.
My number 3 is Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cinderella.
Cinderella.
Yes. So that is a brand new production that they have. Literally, they announced it coming at the end of this year, which obviously it's not now, it's coming next year. They announced the cast for the show, and kind of, they haven't really given away much, but the concept of it I really love. Like the twisted fairy tale story, like I love that kind of thing. It's like Wicked. I love that kind of thing when you just flip a story upside down and have the characters as they are. Like, oh, it's amazing. So I hope it's along those similar lines and doesn't let me down. But yeah, the fact that the idea that Cinderella is bad and horrid, like, I love that idea. Like,
Yeah.
it's so cool.
No one's really told it that way before.
No, so I'm really intrigued to see what Andrew Lloyd Webber has done, and the music. I mean, they have not said much about the show. Obviously, apart from that, Carrie Hope Fletcher is playing Cinderella, which again I'm very intrigued by.
She's going down this trope of sort of like
I'm
good
guessing,
girl gone bad character,
yeah,
hasn't she?
I
Like
feel
Wednesday,
Veronica. Wednesday. I feel like that has helped her get this part.
I don't see her as Cinderella, though.
That's what I'm intrigued by. Maybe that's the whole point.
Yeah.
You don't know. Like
But I feel she's too, like, obviously bad.
Yeah.
Like, I obviously there's no clue on the story, but I thought you would have, like, an innocent-looking Cinderella who surprises you in that she's bad. But Carrie Hope Fletcher's played a bad girl. I don't know. Maybe it's just...
I don't know. It's interesting. But yeah, they've released like a clip of one of the songs, and it sounds really good.
Yeah.
Like, I love the music that he's done for it. Yeah, and I just think the whole concept of doing a twisted fairy tale, which is really cool. Andrew Lloyd Webber's done something new. It's going where School of Rock used to be. Yeah, I'm really, really intrigued by it, and I really, really, really want to see it.
Interesting venue as well.
Yeah. I have no idea what it's going to be like, but so far, I'm really, really want to see it. So that's
I didn't even know he was doing one.
Did you
So
not?
good, no?
No. This is what happens when you're not on social media, Jake.
Literally.
To be honest,
Literally.
I wouldn't have known about it either if I hadn't been living with you. I wouldn't have seen it anyway. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Something different, completely new and original.
But like a story that's known.
Yeah. I hope it's not panto-y, that's my only thing.
Yeah.
Like, don't make it panto.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's I'm the only thing I'm comparing it to is Wicked.
Yeah.
That kind of thing, and obviously that is majorly successful. And it's like I say, it's original. It's starting in the West End. Who knows if it'll go to Broadway? Like,
I feel like it was called something different. It would be like Wicked, because it's called Cinderella.
yeah, it's called.
they-
It's literally called Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cinderella.
Yeah.
That's
so
what
they'll
it's
go
called.
like, oh, is it the Cinderella that's her bad, or is it Cinderella where she's good, or is it Cinderella where it's an opera?
There's not even like a slogan with it. It is
Exactly.
just called Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cinderella, and it's a figure of a girl, but her dress is like graffitied.
Oh.
so it looks like sprayed on, which is kind of a cool artwork that
Yeah.
But then
there's
that just
nothing
looks
to
like a
tell
modern
you.
Cinderella,
Yeah, there's
doesn't it?
nothing to tell you that it's not going to be bad.
Yeah.
Like, I've only looked into it because Angela Webber's done interviews and Carrie Hope Fletcher talks about it all the time, and I follow her vlogs. Like, if you are a theatre person that is just looking online to buy something and you're like, oh, Cinderella, I love that, I wonder if it's like the Roger and Hammerstein one, and you go
Exactly,
see it and you're like, that was not
Yeah.
Cinderella. I don't know how much they're going to stick to the classic fairy tale. Don't know.
Definitely.
Interesting.
Yeah. So good.
There's a lot of kind of it reminds me of Romeo and Juliet. Not Romeo and Juliet for some reason. And when you said about the graffiti, I just pictured Anne Juliet.
Yeah.
It's that kind of like modern retelling of an old story
Yeah.
with the female
Uprising.
Yeah.
like a female
Maybe
empowered.
uprising is the wrong
Making
word.
like
Uprising.
Uprising.
like empowerment.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a better word.
Making like
With a feminine twist.
Shakespeare
feminism
modern day.
twist.
It's like making fairy
Feminist.
tales modern
Yeah.
day.
Feminist.
They were all written like what 400 years ago.
Yeah.
So.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued. Really intrigued. So
Guys, my COVID meter's going off, and if we keep this up, we're already down to COVID 11.
What?
If we keep this up by the end of the
What's
podcast,
wrong
we
with
could be
you?
down to COVID
What?
0.
We're on a
Anna, would it kill you just to play along with
Highway
these
to
bits?
hell.
I don't
like
get it.
once.
I'm thinking what all these viewers are
By the end of this
thinking.
podcast, we'll be down to COVID 0. If we
Okay.
keep up on this on these tracks, we could be the silver bullet.
Right.
Is this the name of the show?
Yeah.
COVIDometer.
No.
Oh.
It's your number 3, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's me. I thought I was like, what show is he trying to allude to?
No,
I can
it's
work this out.
COVID
It's
the
not
musical.
your number 2.
Number 2, unofficial. Let's
Unofficial.
pick the Prince of Egypt
Ooh.
because love the film and it's a brand new show. I think ?
Yeah.
Never been
Original
done
production. Yeah.
before. Yeah, it's just of that era that was quite reminiscent. Like I think a lot of people our age are reminiscent of when they were young. And there was a lot of movies that they'd watched, like The Prince of Egypt, Road to El Dorado,
Spirit.
Spirit, Brother Bear. For some reason, they're all linked in my head.
Yeah, it's because they all came out at the same
yeah,
time and
pretty
was
much.
so
And they're
similar.
all like old DreamWorks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brother Bear, but
Yeah.
like it feels more like a DreamWorks.
Yeah, but yeah, I love the film. It was just watched it all the time as a kid, and wasn't sure how they were going to do it as a show, how they're going to stage it, how they're going to make it that epic. It's all about like Moses returning and saving the day. So yeah, really interested to see how they're going to do it.
Apparently, it's rumoured to be one of the first shows that will come back because
Really?
obviously of the theatre that it's in, it's massive. It's one of the bigger
That
theatres.
is true, actually.
And apparently, it's a show that you can easily social distance in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's rumoured.
Moses parts the audience
Yeah.
on the way in.
So it's all good.
Is it in the one where Battle of Hell was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dominion.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was massive.
Yeah,
So.
literally.
Heard the choreo is very good as well.
Yeah,
Not very basic.
not at all.
No.
But yeah, I'm just interested to see how it's all going to work, how they're going to make biblical interesting again. They did it in
Definitely.
Jesus, and they did it, I'm sure, with other ones. I can't.
Joseph.
Joseph, that's it. Yes. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how they do it differently, but the same.
Mm.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
My number 2 is Beetlejuice.
Oh.
Beetle who's?
Rumoured to come over here. Beetle who?
Beetlejuice?
He's not a Jew. Well, he might be a Jew. I don't
Oh boy.
Yeah, if we went to New York like last year and we each picked a show to see. Anna picked Mean Girls and I picked King Kong the musical because we were trying to pick things that wouldn't come over here. It's now been announced that King Kong is coming over here next year.
No way.
Rumours.
I heard it was
think-
shit.
What?
It was, yeah. It
I heard
was,
the only
The-
good thing was the puppet.
it was okay.
King Kong Gorilla was amazing.
Yeah.
The actors and actresses were good.
I thoroughly
and
enjoyed this show. It was
Choreo-
very Newsies-esque.
the choreo was
Yeah.
amazing. The tech was amazing. It was the script.
The
That was the
actress
only
was
bad
really
thing.
good, yeah.
Um,
The girl that played, oh god, Anne Darrow.
Yeah.
Is she the lead? She was amazing.
Yeah. Well, both of them.
Both of them. We had a
Anyway,
fast change.
I picked King Kong because I thought it's not going to come over here, even though I wasn't sure it was going to be that good. I just wanted to see something different. And the plan was to watch another show or another 2 shows while we were out there, and Beetlejuice was like top of my list of stuff I wanted to see, that and Oklahoma. And we didn't have time in the end, and I was gutted, especially because it's now closed, and it was supposed to be freaking amazing, and I love the soundtrack. So if it comes over here, I will go and see it in a heartbeat, but I'm also sceptical that it's, like I said, not going to be quite as good. But it's still, regardless of that, it's still at the top of my list so that I can say that I've seen it. Yeah, it's just really quirky, and it will be interesting to see how they do some of it on stage. The set photos look insane and amazing, and the costume looks great, and they've turned Beetlejuice into like a narrator, which I think is really good.
That is good.
Yeah, that makes him more involved with the show, because in the film he's not
really
in
a huge amount, no, but like he sings like the opening song, and yeah, kind of just dicks about for the whole musical basically.
Well, he kind of like, he is he comes in the story and just interrupts it.
Yeah.
So he's a perfect kind of person to be controlling the story.
What a great character!
And
yeah,
he can mould it to whatever he wants.
Yeah.
It is rumoured. It's rumoured to come.
Well, yeah, that's why it's on my list. There's a couple of shows that are rumoured to come over here, sort of in the next few years. Mean Girls is supposedly one as well.
It's got it.
Mean Girls is one of the best shows I've ever seen.
There you go.
So
it's Tina Fey, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
she wrote it.
She can't do no wrong. She can't do
She
no
can't
wrong.
do no wrong, I
Can't
tell
do no
you.
wrong.
Down in the bayou. Anna.
My number 2 is probably yours.
Anna's doing a number 2.
It's probably maybe
Smelly
your number
poopies.
1, and definitely your
It's
number
definitely
1.
my number 1, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it together then. You lead.
To begin with a B, Jake.
No.
Oh, it's not yours then.
I mean, I don't have a number 1. I just have a group of things I want to go see. Go say it.
So, the musical that is my number 2 in terms of number 1 is
The Borrowers.
Back to the Future, the musical.
Back to the Future, the musical, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We had tickets to see it in Manchester in May, and that got shut. But the show was only on for like 2 weeks.
Wow.
But in those 2 weeks, it got raving reviews, and everyone was buzzing about the show, saying it was amazing, it was so good. It had Roger Bart, who is a very famous person in theatre and film, he plays the, what's he called, Doc
Brown.
He was the voice of Hercules in Disney.
What?
Yeah, I know.
What?
Christopher fucking Lloyd, the singing voice.
Yeah.
Not the
He
talking
wasn't
voice,
the voice,
just
but he
singing.
sang.
Yeah.
Like go just so he was Doc Brown, and they had a brand new person as Marty McFly, which was amazing, and a really really good ensemble. Apparently, he was so good. And
Christopher fucking Lloyd came to the opening,
Yeah.
like did an advert for it, and I think he was like a producer on it.
and I'm so gutted. We should have just gone.
It's so
we should
surprising.
have just seen it.
Because when you hear stories
Oh.
of like Back to the Future, the musical, or like
Everyone's like, oh my god. But
I can't think of
apparently,
any other ones.
yeah, it's amazing, and there's rumours that
It's coming to London.
it's definitely coming to London, and I think it's going to where Waitress was.
Wow.
Here's the thing. Here's
So it's
why.
gonna be big,
Here's
then.
why I want to see it so
Yeah.
badly. Right, like Back to the Future is one of my favourite movies of all time. I think the first Back to the Future, especially, is like the perfect
It's
film.
a classic.
It has everything in it you
Such
want
a
from a
classic,
film. Like
yeah.
there's action, there's drama, there's a bit of romance, there's comedy.
Weird.
It's kind of
points.
coming of age film,
Yeah.
but also not. There's sci-fi elements, but that's not the whole film. I love it so much. Always have done. And then they announced they're doing a musical, and part of me dies inside. And yeah, I just like, please don't fuck with something perfect. Like, you're just gonna ruin it. You know, like, don't mess this up. And then I hear reviews that it's like one of the best musicals in the past like 30 years that's been released.
Yeah.
And just I was so excited to see it, and then obviously it got cancelled,
There was
and we
nothing
got a
bad
refund
said
for our
about this
tickets.
show. Like,
Was.
and I again, Carrie Hope Fletcher and Oliver. Oliver was actually an ensemble in the show, but I watched their vlogs, and Oliver talks about it all the time, saying how good that show was and how many workshops they went through to get the right thing for it. It was just so carefully written and well written. and it deserves to have a place in the West End, I think, as a show, and it's gonna sell. Like, it's Back to the Future the musical. You just say it, and people are like,
everyone.
yes.
Like, it's for dads, it's for mums who want to go out for the night, it's for kids who have seen the movie since and found it and loved it. It's for like.
I'm just so pleased they didn't fuck it up. From what I've heard. Yeah. I could see it and hate it still. But,
like we saw pictures of the set and stuff, and it looks incredible. And I'd love to see how they do the DeLorean and stuff like that. Like, there's
they've got,
so many
the whole
technical.
DeLorean. It's not even like half of it, which a lot of productions do. But
a lot of money went into that show.
I don't think it's a show that could ever tour, but
and I think there's a lot of money behind the show as well.
Yeah,
I think people have
so many people want to see it. It's got such a huge
I think there's
following.
a lot of investors behind it, ready for it to go into the West End.
Definitely.
So it's great that it is, and it just makes me want to see it more.
Yeah.
There you go.
Don't know why that didn't come across my mind. That's such a good choice.
Yeah.
Such a good choice.
What's your next one, Jake? Your
number 2 is what shall I pick?
Do you mean
a
your number
pocket
1
or 2?
Have I done that?
No, it's number 2, isn't it?
I just did number 2.
Gross.
So
I know you did number 2. I thought it was Jake's number 2.
No, because Jake's number 1.
I've said
Okay.
101 Dalmatians, Book of Mormon.
So should we do honourable mentions?
Yeah.
And Prince of Egypt and Adam's Family. So I've already done 5. But never mind.
Did you do all 5?
No. I don't have
Adam's Family.
I don't have like numbers
Cool.
or anything.
Let's do honourable mentions, and then Anna can do her number 1.
Okay, I've got a number 1,
Jake's got a number 1 too.
but I'll do my
I just
honourable
thought you said
mentions
you did
first.
5.
No, because I said Adam's Family, which was one of his.
I was like, yeah, cool.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see.
Yes.
So is this your number 1 now?
No, this is my honourable
Okay.
mentions. I've picked a number 1 now.
Okay.
So my honourable mentions on this list are To Kill a Mockingbird, One Man, Two Governors, and I'm also trying to think of all the other ones that I didn't include, like The Lion King and Mary
I've
Poppins.
never seen that.
Nope. American Psycho. I want to see American Psycho. Apparently it's one of those shows that you can hardly ever see, but it's on occasionally, regionally, and it's really good, apparently. But yeah, those are my honorary mentions.
My honorary mentions are Sunday in the Park with George, which we've already said. Amelie. I started in Newbury.
Amelie.
Then it went to London. It's one of the best shows I've ever seen, and I don't know what the future of it is going to be, but it's amazing, and if it ever comes back, I really want to see it. Which is why it was only an honourable mention, because it's not announced to be going anywhere that I know of. Hidden Figures. Disney are making a musical on Hidden Figures.
Are they? Wow.
Which, after lockdown, I would love to see that. It seems like a really odd topic to do a musical on, but I'm super excited. And my last honorary mention, which would have been my number 1, but trying to stick to specifically theatre, is In the Heights, the film of the musical written by Lin-Manuel Miranda that was supposed to be out. Lin-Manuel Miranda that was supposed to be out this summer.
Was it?
I believe so, but it's been postponed until next summer. It's also one of my favourite musicals, and the film looks incredible. Looks like it's not going to disappoint, hopefully. But that would have been my number 1 because I'm so desperate to see it. But yeah, like I said, it's the time to go and support theatre, not cinema. Yeah. Although probably cinema as well, to be honest.
They're all dying.
Yeah. So there we go, Anna.
Cool. My honourable mentions are Sister Act, which we've spoken about, Singing in the Rain at Sadler's Wells. Sadler's Wells is a dance venue, if you don't know. So the fact that Sadler's Wells Singing in the Rain is going in there makes me think it's going to be a very dancey show, which I can imagine will be incredible for that show. And I've never seen it professionally on stage, and I'd love to see it. I love the film. I'd love to see how good it is on stage.
Definitely.
Dear Evan Hansen. Still haven't seen that.
Neither.
And I really want to see it. And also there's rumours of Mean Girls coming over to the West End. Like Tom said, we saw it on Broadway and it was fucking amazing. It was so good. And so I'd love to see it over here. And I hope it maintains the quality and energy that it had on Broadway as it does in the West End. So yeah, those are my honourable mentions.
Amazing. Number one. Frozen.
Frozen.
I've never seen. Wait. No, I've never seen a Disney musical on stage, and to be the biggest one ever would probably be a good idea. Again, more
Definitely.
like Hamilton and Mean Girls and King Kong. I'm worried that it won't be as amazing over here as what I've heard from what it was on Broadway. But it's got loads of amazing technical stuff, and just it's a good story, and I'd like to see it done, because obviously the film has been drilled into everyone for the last 7 years. It would be nice to see it done in a different way, because you get perspectives from different characters, don't you? I think in the show. Yeah. That's it. Frozen.
There's also my number one
Is
as
it?
well.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, that's okay. No drama.
Well, you've actually got tickets for it, so
Yeah, and I have seen it. So
have you?
yeah, I saw it on Broadway.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it, Anna?
To this day, I say it's my favourite musical I've ever seen.
Wow.
And that's a statement. I love the film, but I was very much like, this better not be a children's show.
Yeah.
I hope they've not dumbed it down with the show. And I went to see it with my auntie, and unfortunately it was when Tom had left to go home.
New York.
Oh, so sad.
Yeah, Tom left New York, so he had to go home. But yeah, I was lucky enough to go see it. I was so desperate to see it. That was the one show I was like, I need to see this. And unfortunately it's closed on Broadway now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, all of Broadway's still closed, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not coming back.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Which is a shame.
Just looking through what's coming soon, though, we've got some amazing stuff coming to the West End.
Yeah.
So there'll be plenty of choice for everyone.
What theatre is it going to be in?
The Drury Lane, so where Shrek was, 42nd Street,
Oh, nice.
opposite the Lion King, pretty much. Yeah.
It's not where I would
Just
have put
going
it, but
there.
it's a good venue.
Yeah. It needs a big theatre.
Yeah.
I did the tour in New York, and I had obviously already seen the show, and I knew the set was enormous. And they said Disney had to buy out a bit of next door to fit all the set in. It's there's a massive ice mountain in it, and you're like, oh my god, what is going on with this show? But it is so well written. The new songs fit so well in the show that they should have been in the film, and I why?
Was it written by Thingy and Thingy Lopez?
Yeah,
It was the same.
Yeah, same people.
Songwriters.
But it's just that is how you put a film show on a show of the film on stage, because it's completely they encourage you not to sing along, because they say please don't sing along because you will be surprised how different it is to the film, so please don't try and sing along because
you're shit and you make it worse for everyone.
They literally say please don't sing along because the show has been reimagined for you for this stage, so please enjoy this new experience of Frozen, which I think is amazing.
Such a good idea.
So good.
Why do you think people have that urge to sing along?
I mean, when you start hearing the tune to Let It Go, everyone's like...
Yeah, but you can even just mouth the words if you can't resist, but it's not karaoke. Just shut up and stop distracting other people.
Jake, are you aware of the cast for London?
Samantha
Barks.
I always
Elsa.
think her name is Samantha Banks. It's
Samantha
not.
Banks. Samantha?
She was in Les Mis, wasn't she?
She was Eponine in the film,
There you go.
Sunday in the Barks with Samantha.
In the 25th anniversary?
Yeah.
Question mark?
Yeah.
Samantha Barks and someone else.
I don't know
has
who
been
the other
announced.
girls as Anna. So they've announced the whole cast.
Yeah.
So Oliver Ormston.
That's
he's playing
him.
Hans, yeah. Who again, I'm
That's
follow
crazy.
their vlogs. I think he's going to be really good. I can hear his voice playing, singing the Hans songs in the show, because Hans has his own song, which is really good. Christoph has his own song, which is great. Everyone, Anna has a solo in the show. And it's just so nice because you're finally, these characters get a song. Yeah, I can't express how good. I just hope it just doesn't have that West End thing that hits it, and it's not as good, but I'm sure Disney won't allow that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, some things in the West End are better. It's just, I don't know.
There's a vibe about Broadway. We've all seen a show on Broadway. There's a vibe about Broadway.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
that makes it amazing.
You look at the physically the size of America versus the size of England. It means the competition is 10 times, if not more, higher than it is over here, and therefore the standards have to be higher.
Yeah, genuinely.
And because there's not as... I'm not saying West End's not competitive, but because there's not as much competition, I feel like it's easier to let the standards drop a bit.
Yeah.
Having said that, we love the West End, and we don't want it to go
amazing.
under.
It's so good
Save
and
it,
historic.
save
and,
it.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I can't imagine seeing SpongeBob the musical in a tiny West End theatre.
No.
You need a big thing.
When you've got
Definitely.
literal things like off stage that are bigger than a normal stage on the
Yeah.
West End.
So, yeah, go and support theatre charities. Acting for Others.
Also,
There's
just
a host of loads.
actual theatres.
Venues,
go on their
yeah.
website and they will be asking you for their money because they are failing.
That's probably the best thing to do, to be honest,
Or
because
like-
Acting for Others
yeah.
have got so much hype at the moment. Go and support venues that you like, because otherwise they won't be around.
Mm-hmm.
Or I've got an idea. Have a look through your programs that you have had before, and follow like all the actors, and see
Good
what
idea
stuff they're
too.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
support actors, not just theatres.
the actors themselves. Like, see what stuff. Like, they're doing so many workshops and things, and like, just go and sign up for like one of their things. Because they're really cool. Yeah, go through your programs, check their like Twitter feed and their bio or Instagram feed or whatever. Go follow them, and like, you just see their journeys at the moment of what they're doing. If they're doing anything at the moment, or
We should get an actor on.
Mm,
Talk about
definitely.
that. Do we
I
have
mean-
any actors?
Yeah.
Oh,
We could pretend.
okay.
We can
Here's
act.
Mr. Actor.
hello,
Oh, Mrs. Actor. Sorry.
hey everyone. Hey, everyone.
Nice mustache, Mr. Actor.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Actress. That's it. So,
Oh,
we're
we
done.
did it!
We're done.
We did
We
it.
did it.
Yeah, go and support a theatre near you. Go and follow us. Go and do everything.
Was there any shows you wanted to mention that you saw on the list of things that you of good stuff?
I
coming?
mean, they're doing a musical version of Smash, the TV series that Anna loves.
Shut the hell up! I love that show.
King Kong, Hedwig and the Angry Inch, which is great. The Greatest Showman, the musical, apparently. Rocket
Yeah.
Man and Bohemian Rhapsody, the musical.
Wow.
Zzz. Into the Woods.
How will Bohemian... Oh, yeah. Bohemian
Mrs.
Rhapsody's just going to be the film on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than We Will Rock You.
Mrs.
It would be good on
Doubtfire.
stage.
A
Um,
musical?
yeah, so there's one on Broadway that was postponed, and it actually looked
Yeah.
interesting.
They did Tootsie as well. That was.
I hope Pierce
another-
Brosnan is still in it.
Oh, of course. Otherwise, we'll boycott it. Yeah, there's loads. Still Magnolias. Great Comet of 1812. What's New Pussycat? Beauty and the Beast.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
The Pillow Man.
Jones musical.
Let's go see
Da Vinci Code. Aida.
Apparently that's really good. Da
Aida.
Vinci Code.
Animal Farm. Yeah. So, just go and support theatres.
Mm.
They're really important, and they won't be realised at how important they are until they're gone.
I would say the smaller the better, to be honest,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
government are going to be giving more money to bigger theatres and letting smaller theatres slip through the cracks, like Southampton.
And here's a fact: every £1 that is made in England, is it right, or £3 of it?
Oh,
No.
right. No.
No,
Yeah, I know.
you're
what
Is
you're
that
explaining.
percentage? What?
For every £1 that goes into theatres,
Yeah.
it's either £2 or £3 is generated from it,
£3 is made from it. So
so it triples in profit.
yeah.
Any profits that go in
Basically.
are tripled, basically.
And the arts is one of the most profitable things about the UK.
So even if you hate
It makes
theatre,
the most money.
Mhm.
you need to support theatre to support the economy. So
Makes more than football matches, guys.
there we
Come
go.
on. Come on.
Indeed.
Any last words?
Any
Before
last
I murder
words,
you?
punk? What would your last words be if you had a gun up to you? Okay, let's try on Anna. Me and Jake are.
Oh,
Cowboy
I'm doing it
bandits.
first. I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
I think I just cry.
Any last words?
No.
Bang!
What are our last words? Please just tell me there was something nice. No.
Any
No, tell me. What are our last
was
words?
no.
No. Come on, no, tell me.
Go on, Jake.
She said no. Any
kill me,
last
Daddy.
words?
Kill me, Daddy. Go
They'll
on.
be like, no, I won't.
I don't know.
Oh, now we got to kill him.
Jeez.
Please don't. I don't know. There's a Brooklyn Nine-Nine line where someone's dying and he's like, tell my wife I love her work ethic. Maybe something like that.
Yeah.
That's super shit.
I love her.
No one ever dies halfway through a sentence, do they?
No.
All they do, if they're telling important.
The treasure is in the.
No! Where is the treasure?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's in the cabinet at the back.
They're like, did he not tell you? No, the treasure's in the.
Okay, bye everyone.
Yeah,
Speak to you soon.
Where would you actually hide the treasure? If you had treasure.
Somewhere close to me where people didn't think I would hide it. Like apparently the best place to run if you're wanting to escape from everywhere is like in your back garden. Because nobody would check your back garden, would they?
That's a good point.
Because they'd be like, they've run away, they disappeared, where have they gone? Who knows? They've probably gone to Mexico.
This is probably a good bit. Like the cabin that we're in.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
I would come here if there were a nuclear fallout or something.
I tell whoever's killing me that
Yeah.
the treasure
Like-
was.
Sorry, Anna.
Excuse me, hello.
Can we come in here?
Hello.
Apart from summer, it's way too hot.
Yeah, it's radiation.
I tell the bandit that the treasure was up his butt. Then he'd have to stick his hand up his own bum hole.
I'd say I'll only tell you where the treasure is if you butt fuck that man over there.
And it's a mirror.